Hey everyone, so today I want to go deep into a strategy that's helping B2B sales leaders reinforce their training and help their sellers implement the skills they're training them on. It's something that I use with my teams. It seems to be working really well with sales leaders at the moment, so I thought I'd share it with more people. Now, before I jump into the workflow, I just wanted to share who this video is for. Depending on the size of your organization and the structure, this could be a CRO, could be a VP of sales, it could be a frontline sales manager. Basically, anyone that's managing sellers that are going out and speaking to customers, this video is for you. Now, the problem that I see far too often is that salespeople, we practice a lot of the time on our customers, which is dangerous, right? And not best practice. What we should be doing is practicing internally on our colleagues. But we've all had those weeks where we can't see any white space, don't even have enough time to stop for lunch. And last thing we can think of is, how do I find an hour or 30 minutes for 8 sales reps to run a one-to-one coaching session with them, right? And we will be there, like it or not. That is a reality. So this workflow seems to work really well when you're having those weeks, when you can just see your calendar for the next 2 weeks is just flat out, maybe there's an hour or two here or there. This workflow could really help you out. So let me jump into the video and see if this is going to be relevant for you. All right, let's jump into this workflow. So remember, we're talking about, we don't have a whole load of time that week, maybe 1-2 hours available to run this exercise. So follow this process. Let me take you through it. Here's the workflow. So basically on a Monday morning, send them a meeting invite for, say, Wednesday, 4 till 5 p.m. You want to give them a couple of days because there's going to be some planning that you want them to do. And this is going to be part of that coaching piece and that training and reinforcement piece. Okay, so I'm going to send them an invite for 4 till 5 on a Wednesday, for example. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to send them this email template. And what you're going to do is basically whatever it is that you're working on at the moment, maybe it's, I don't know, trying to do a better deal of using Medic in the sales process, maybe driving better next steps, maybe qualifying out, maybe it's telling inspiring and impactful stories on a customer demo. You're going to pick a topic that's really important to you at the moment, and you're going to use this in that process. So I'm going to send out a meeting invite to everybody on the team for Wednesday, 4 till 5. And then I'm going to send this email template. Hey team, we're running a group role play on Wednesday on insert that topic. Here are a few actions for you all to take. 1, pick an upcoming discovery call that you've got this week. So we want to use a real example. Build out your call plan and email me a copy by close of play Tuesday. This is a really important part because most sales reps don't build a call plan. They go into calls just winging it, and surprise, surprise, the call doesn't go the way that you or they want it to go. So this is going to force them to build a call plan, send it to you. You eyeball them on Tuesday close of play, and you just fire back quick bits of feedback where you need to. And that's just helping you do that kind of coaching piece without having to have lots of one-on-ones that week. And then the third part is turn up to the group call on Wednesday prepared and with an open mind. If you have any questions, let me know. Now, if you see lots of big gaps in the call plan or just noise or cookie cutter stuff, then, push that stuff back. Now, they don't know what's happening on the call. They just think that they're going to be doing role play, right? And this is where the powerful part comes in for you from a time perspective. So when you're running that call, what I want you to do is pick one seller randomly to run the role play. Okay, so they're going to be the seller for their upcoming discovery call. They're going to use that call plan, or upcoming demo. They're going to use that call plan. Then pick another account executive to pretend to be the buyer. Okay, now if you want to prepare this in advance, you could actually take that call plan, give it to the A that's going to be the buyer ahead of the call and say, don't tell anyone, but you're going to be the buyer this time. Here's a brief, so they can bring it to life as much as physically possible. Okay. And then what you're going to do is you're going to have them run the full conversation. So full 30 minutes. Okay. Discovery from front to end. Maybe they get done in 15, 20 minutes, right? Because not all discovery needs to be 30 minutes. But what you're going to do for the instructions for the other reps is, while we sit here listening to the role play, guys, you must listen intensely and complete the attached table below. When the role play is over, which is what the other 30 minutes is going to be used for, I will ask you all to give feedback on what went well and identify one area for improvement. And after the session, I want you to email me over your notes. Okay. And then below is the template you're going to use. Convert it into like a 1-page or a Google Doc, whatever it might be. And then you've got the area, so positive or for improvement. what you noticed, and then the feedback. And this is going to start to create that like safe space, that culture of feedback and coaching in your organization. And it just means that at least one rep every week is practicing, and every single rep in your team is planning for it, prepping and planning for at least one call, and everybody on the team is seeing what good looks like and spotting areas for improvement. And that's going to help them become more self-aware when they're out selling, and it's going to make your job coaching a lot easier, because reps are going to already be looking out for the things that aren't going well, either live on that call and they can like pivot and do something about it live, or coming into those one-on-ones with you, they're going to say, hey James, or whoever it is, I listened back to my call. I know we want to talk about this call today. Couple of things I observed. I think I did a really good job at the beginning, but I think I just wasn't really paying much attention because I missed a couple of moments where I could have probably been really curious, got another layer deeper, asked this question and this question. I also think my story didn't really resonate with them because they're a small startup, and I told the story about this big enterprise customer of ours. And I think now looking back on that, I could have probably done something a little bit different. And you'll find like over time, they'll become more self-aware, and that will help you when you're coaching them, but also they'll kind of won't need you anymore, right? Because they'll be able to do this stuff themselves. And that's the kind of magic for me of coaching anyway. So I hope this workflow is really, really helpful. If you've got any questions, feel free to reach out to me on LinkedIn. But again, if you're having those weeks where you can see this week, or next couple of weeks, I'm just really flat out, especially this time of year, lots of planning, lots of like jumping on sales calls with reps to try and get deals over the line as we get closer to the end of quarter or end of year. You're busy, right? But make time for like 1 or 2 hours, get this done. At least that week that one person is absolutely practicing, 100% of your team is preparing, and 100% of your team are present in that conversation and looking out for what good looks like and what bad looks like, and why they shouldn't be using those things into their sales conversations.